All right, fantastic, perfect. Hello, thank you so much for joining me. And today I'll be talking about 5 basic principles which a beginner can use to enhance his or her game and to move to the next level. This is uh, in conjunction to my 2100 quest. So I have been playing chess for last 25 years, more than that. And I've been on chess.com since 2010 and I've played more than 10,000 games. So even after playing so many games and for so many years, I haven't reached to a certain height which is kind of expected. It's not required, but it is kind of expected. Thus, I started this 2100 quest where I'll be streaming my games and I'll be showcasing my journey to reach 2100. I'm not sure how much time will I take, but I have given myself 1 year, which is more than sufficient. So throughout this year, I'll be streaming regularly. I'll try to stream at least an hour every day and 8 to 12 hours on weekend. So that's what my plan is. It is also inspired by, so there are a lot of reasons why I'm doing this. I have blogged about it. I'll keep on doing it. I also talk about it in my streams. Uh, and I was saying that there are a lot of people who have tried to do this and that has made an influence on me. For example, a YouTuber I like a lot called War Owl. He is a fantastic Counter-Strike player and he has this project of Road to Global Elite, where Global Elite is the highest rank in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Or there is Glenn Sharon, who in real life had a project of creating a $1 million venture being undercover. So he's a billionaire already. And that's what I was saying, that the people who try to go, or not try, who actually go on such quest and win in such quest are people who have already done that. So War Owl is already global elite in his actual account, but I have never reached 2100. My best in rapid is somewhere in 1600 or 1700, and my best in rapid, sorry, in blitz is somewhere in 1400. On chess.com I'm talking. So this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very tough as well. But let's see. So the 5 principles I'm going to talk right now are the principles which I think I lacked, and this is all through my experience of playing for last 25 years. So the things which I lacked, I'm trying to add it here so that the beginners or newcomers in this beautiful world of chess, or people who are rated below 1200, can incorporate and advance in the game of chess. So talking about the principles, the first thing is to have a structural approach for learning. So first of all, I was not learning chess. I I got learned. So my father taught me all the basics, and that's it. I started playing, and I played with a lot of people. Uh, I'm talking about the days that when internet was something very difficult to find. So I was not learning, and I shouldn't say this, that because my initial stage was not having the learning part, I never incorporated it, because it will be very wrong to do. But learning is very much required, and when we talk about learning anything, not necessarily chess, it's good to have a structural approach. So when I got the access to internet, or uh, when I found few books, I I was just reading in between, or I was watching in between. For example, I was just uh, opening up any random gambit, say Queen Gambit. I was just watching it. I didn't have a proper approach to move forward. So it's always better to have a structural approach to learn the openings. So start with very basic, start with e4, then go for d4. It's all right if you don't want to play e4, but it's good to learn about it. So learn the openings and game theories, tactics, and strategies. And I so there are already there are already a lot of material, lot of resources available on internet or in libraries about chess. There are a lot of people who have so much of knowledge, so I don't want to make any video, and I'm not even a chess genius to make a video. But if you are interested to know what kind of structure I'm having in my learning process, please let me know, maybe through comments or messaging me on chess.com or on my Twitch. I'll share how I'm doing. Probably I'll put a link of the Excel sheet I have made for the courses or the videos I'm going to watch in a structured way. So yeah, give a structural approach to your learnings. Second is that every game of chess is a beautiful piece of art. It's kind of a poetry. And to be precise, so it's a poetry and a chess player is a poet. And to be precise and to understand and to write a good poem, you need to learn the language at its best. I remember once I was listening to an interview by Eminem, and uh, he was talking about reading some 5 pages of dictionary every day so that his vocab will increase and he'll able to write some good rap. So we need to incorporate this in the world of chess. And even though I played for so long, I never put attention to the notations. And the more I'm trying to learn, the more I'm understanding the value of notations. It is highly required to have a very strong grasp on the notations, the international notations which have been accepted throughout the world now, and it will make the process of learning very easy. So notations are highly important. Uh, I will suggest to put some time, not much, maybe 3 minutes or 5 minutes in the beginning of your learning session to devote for notations until and unless you are comfortable with it. At the same time, when I talk about the language, glossary is also important. So I was only familiar with things like pen, absolute pen, or fork. But there are so many things like there's battery, there's windmill, there's umbrella pawn. So I just came to know about umbrella pawn through a viewer on stream. So there are so many things. Again, I personally not able to find a video which I was looking for on glossary. So if people are interested, let me know. I'll make one on it. Also, one more point I wanted to add when we talk about language is today we today we live in the world of data. Everyone talks about data. Uh, Everyone is talking about data science, and uh, chess also is kind of uh, a data-driven game. Kind of, I'm saying, not exactly. So it's good for you to have some data with you. There are free and paid collections of data, so you can pick whatever comforts you. If possible, I'll put the link for that as well. So look for data, analyze your game as per data, and yeah, data is going to make a lot of difference. But it's not about memorizing. So if you, let's say if we talk about openings or things like that, it's not about memorizing, but it's kind of understanding the patterns. Again, not memorizing the patterns. So I read about an article, a research paper, where two groups of people were created. One group was good in playing chess, other was having no knowledge of chess, and they both were shown some diagrams of a game of chess. And the people who were were familiar with chess or were good in chess, they were able to replicate those diagrams in a very better way compared to what of the people who were not knowing how the game of chess works. But does it make that the people understanding the chess have a better memory? Actually not, because when the second stage of research was done, the researchers showed diagrams of a chess game which can't happen in reality if you follow the chess rules. For examples, for example, two kings, both the kings on the squares next to each other, or a pawn on the last rank, or bishop of same color in the same color square, like two white bishop in both in the white. Okay, it can actually happen, but the possibility of that happening is very, very, very minute. So when such games were shown, such diagrams were shown, the result was very similar. The people understanding the chess and the people not, they were showing the same result of replicating it. So what the people who are good in chess were able to do was to recognize the pattern. And I'll say recognizing a pattern is very much required, not only for your game of chess, in the game of life as well. We need to understand our behavioral patterns and to make changes accordingly. If we are doing something wrong and if we are seeing a pattern doing that wrong, we need to take actions. And it's similar in the game of chess. So yeah, that's the thing of chess being a poem. This is my analogy. I haven't read it anywhere, but yeah, in a similar way. We also need to understand that every form of chess is a different game. It's a different sport altogether. So I'm not talking about the variations in the game of chess, the standard game of chess, but having a different uh, time limits. So for blitz, it is generally 3 to 5 minutes, and for rapid, it is 10 to 30 minutes. And these two games are as different as football and basketball. So this hypothesis, which this analogy which I'm putting is actually not based on the mechanism or the operation of these two games. What I'm trying to say is all these games are one-on-one, one versus one, either one player versus another player or one team versus another team. But a game of football is 90 minutes long and has 22 players, whereas the game of basketball is 40 to 50 minutes and has 10 players at a time on the court. But if the teams are balanced or one team is slightly better than other or whatever, generally the score in football is going to be in single digits, like 3-0 or 2-1, or mostly a draw. But in basketball, the scores can go in 3 digits easily. The general scores are like 90, 80, 112, 120, something like that. So what I'm trying to say here is the game of basketball is pretty fast and everyone is scoring pretty good. And it is how a game of blitz is being played. But rapid is not like that. So in rapid, you'll have a full opening phase, you'll have a very beautiful mid game, and both the players will reach end game where the strongest will win. But it doesn't happen in blitz, or mostly never in bullet. At least that's what I have seen. A lot of games end in opening itself. So a different kind of skill sets are required to excel in either of it, blitz and rapid, and I'm going to work on both of it. Right now I'm focusing on blitz because my rating is slightly better in rapid, plus I need to work on the skill sets which would increase my rating in blitz, and I need to work on areas like time management and opening. Time management is very much required to understand the games. So yes, we need to understand this, that if we are doing certain things in a certain way in blitz, it's not required that the same thing applies in blitz or in bullet or rapid or in daily or whatever. So this is a principle which a beginner should know, that Every form of chess is a different sport. With this, we'll come to the fourth point, and it talks about the chess community. I really don't know whether it fits as a principle or not, but sure, why not? So the chess community is fantastic, like fantastic. I don't want to compare the community of chess with any other game, but I have been uh, to communities of other games or sports or any other activity. The people who are involved in chess as a community are very less toxic, are very much supportive, and they want people to enhance in their game and in their lives. So, so join the communities the way you can. Maybe it can be your school club, in your university. It can be through Reddit, through chess.com or any other website, any other forum. There are a lot of ways to join. Even I do have a small club on chess.com. Maybe you can join that as well. So there are a lot of ways to join the community. And when you join, meet the right people and ask the right questions. Questions which can help you improve in your game. Questions which can help you understand the game in a better way. And you can make the best possible move whenever it has been done. Not whenever, always. You try to always make the best possible move. And another thing when I talk about community is the meme. The memes are just hilarious. You can learn a lot from the chess memes. To be very honest, you can learn a lot from chess memes, and it showcases how good of the community of chess is. So it's a fantastic community. You are I shouldn't say a lucky person because you like the game of chess, but yeah, kind of you are because you are going to meet some phenomenal people in your life because of your hobby or your interest in chess. With that, I'll talk about the fifth point. Uh, it's about don't judge anyone by their rating. And before that, do you think this guy looks like Vishwanath Anand? Because that's what I prompted to my AI, Vishwanath Anand uh, being the judge of a Supreme Court. And I don't think this looks like Vishwanath Anand. But anyways, I don't think Vishwanath Anand will ever be watching this video, so I think I'm fine with making him look like whatever. So yeah, don't judge anyone by their ratings. I'm talking this specifically because we shouldn't be judging ourselves with our ratings as well. Uh, First of all, there's a good possibility that a person with having a rating of 2300 is busy making cringy TikTok videos, and for that I'll judge them. Or someone with a rating 4 500 is working very hard for improvement, and they are very new and they are doing something phenomenal, which is there. So we shouldn't be judging anyone for their ratings. Everyone has been respected equally, but more importantly, we shouldn't be judging ourselves but for the ratings, but we should be using our ratings for improvement. It is a fantastic scale to measure ourselves. In today's world, we still don't have any measuring scale for our mental health or a lot of other things. So even in a lot of sports, it is difficult to measure the process or to measure the progress. But in chess, because of the rating system, it makes very easier to learn your process. Try to play better than yesterday or maybe a week before or a month before, but try to keep on getting better and better. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what all this quest is all about. And this is what I just wanted to share and want to implement as well. So to cover up, the first thing we talked was to structure the learning process. Second is to understand the language. The third is to understand that every game is different. Every form of game is different. The fourth is the community is fantastic, and we need to get more involved with the community. And the fifth one is not to judge ourselves for the rating, but we should use ratings for measurements of our progress. So this is what I wanted to talk about, and I'll be implementing. I'll I'll try to learn more. I'll practice more and more, and I'll have too much of fun. Too much of fun. That's what I'm looking forward to. Streaming has been a fantastic time. So yeah, that's what I was going to say at the end. I do have a club. I don't have a lot of people right now, but it is very diverse. So I have people rated from 400 to 2500 and from different parts of the world. So it is very diverse, and the people are amazing. They are here to support you, to push you beyond your limits, and for you to do miracles. So I wish you all the best for your game on the board, and I wish everyone can reach 2100, and I'll be making more such YouTube videos. So thank you so much for joining in, and in this quest of life, I'm making one move at a time. Thank you.